Good morning, children. Yesterday we did first two pages of the chapter packing. Let us continue with the story. Till now we have seen how Jerome was caught in packing. He did not intend to pack for George and Harris, but he was caught in his own plot, and he is doing that. If I'm not wrong, we have done 5 paragraphs. Let us continue from 6th paragraph now. Of course, I had to turn every mortal thing out now, and of course, I could not find it. It means toothbrush. He is in confusion whether he packed it or not. I rummaged the things, rummaged as they have given the meaning also, searched in a careless way, the things up into much the same state that they must have been before the world was created. And when chaos reigned. Chaos means disorder, and reigned means ruled. Of course, I found George and Harris 18 times over, but I could not find my own. He's trying to search his own toothbrush, but he has got the toothbrush of George and Harris, not his own. I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. Then I found it inside a boot. I repacked once more. So he repacked it after taking out all the things and after finding it inside a shoe. When I had finished, George asked if the soap was in. So look at his friends. They are very mean. They enjoy troubling him. I said I didn't care a hang whether the soap was in or whether it was not. Soap was not very important, so he did not bother to unpack the bag once again to search it. And I slammed the bag shut and stabbed it and found that I had packed my specs in it and had to reopen it. It got shut up finally at 10:05 p.m. So he had to reopen it once more to take out his specs which he needed and which he had packed inside. And then there remained the hampers to do. Hampers, as we discussed in summary also, hampers are baskets which we carry for the things which we need handy, eatable especially. Harris said that he should be wanting to start in less than 12 hours time and thought that he and George had better do the rest, and I agreed and sat down and they had a go. So he says that his friend suggested that they would pack the hampers. He is happy because he is getting irritated. They began in a light-hearted spirit, evidently intending to show me how to do it. Actually, my friends wanted to show how to do packing. I made no comment. I only waited. With the exception of George, Harris is the worst packer in this world. So, see what he thought about himself. Jerome thought about himself that he is the best packer, and about George and Harris that they are the worst packers. And I looked at the piles of plates and cups and kettles and bottles and jars and pies and stoves and cakes and tomatoes, etc. These are the things, these can help you if we give you the question, what are all the things which were packed in hampers, and felt that the thing would soon become exciting. So he is actually waiting for a scene. He knew that his friends are going to commit some blunder and they are going to create a scene. It did. They started with breaking a cup. That was the first thing they did. So here, be alert. Keep on noting down the mistakes that they did. We can ask you the question, what are the mistakes, what are the blunders that George and Harris committed while packing hampers? They did that just to show you what they could do and to get you interested. Then Harris packed the strawberry jam on top of a tomato and squashed it, and they had to pick out the tomato with a teaspoon. How many mistakes they committed till now? Two mistakes. Number one, they have broken a cup, and number two, they have squashed a tomato as they put a jam bottle on it. And then it was George's turn. These two things were done by Harris, and he trod on the butter, means he stepped on butter. I did not say anything, but I came over and sat on the edge of the table and watched them. It is his turn now to look at them doing this packing and enjoy. We can do some more. It irritated them more than anything I could have said. It irritated them. It means my sitting on the edge of the table and looking at them, making mistakes. It made them nervous and excited, and they stepped on things and put things behind them and then could not find them when they wanted them. And they packed the pies at the bottom and put heavy things on top and smashed the pies in. This is third particular mistake which they committed. They smashed the pies also, as they put heavy things on that. Now they upset salt over everything. And as for the butter, next mistake, they by mistake they sprinkled salt on everything. And as for the butter, see what they did with the butter. I never saw two men do more with 1 and 2 pence worth of butter in my whole life than they did. After George had got it off his slipper, they tried to put it in the kettle. If you remember, just now Jerome told us that they trod on butter. So it stuck with the slipper, and then from the slipper they tried to put it inside the kettle. It would not go in, and what was in would not come out. Means they put a little part of the butter inside the kettle, and now it was stuck. The part which was inside, that is not coming out, and the part which is outside, that is not going in. So now it's a real trouble what they should do. They did scrape it out at last and put it down on a chair. So they removed the part which is outside and put it on a chair, and Harris sat on it and it stuck to him. And they went looking for it all over the room. Now where is the butter? It was actually on chair. It was put on the chair by them only, but they forgot that they had put it on the chair. They sat on the chair. Harris sat on the chair. It was pasted on his back. He didn't know that. He moved throughout the room searching butter, and funnily it was pasted at his back. So what should Jerome do at this time? He should tell him that it is stuck at his back. But no, he is taking his revenge. He is enjoying, as both of them also had teased him by reminding him of certain things after he had zipped the bag. I take my oath I put it down on that chair, said George, staring at the empty seat. George says, I know very well, I remember very well, I'm 100% sure that I put it on that chair only. I saw you do it myself, not a minute ago, said Harris. Then they started round the room again, looking for it, and then they met again in the center and stared at one another. Most extraordinary thing I ever heard of, said George. So mysterious, said Harris, means they are really confused where that little butter would have gone. Then George got round at the back of Harris and saw it. Why, here it is all the time, he exclaimed indignantly. Where, cried Harris, spinning round. Stand still, can't you? Roared George, flying after him, and they got it off and packed it in the teapot. So see the funny things that they did with while doing the hampers, while packing the hampers. I think it should be enough for today. Read it, and now another part of the story will start. Our fourth character will enter now, Montmorency. I hope you remember, it is their dog. As funny as they themselves are, he is going to add to the fun, to the humor of the story. Thank you.